Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe, and I do appreciate you all being here today. It is, in fact, a great day. It's the week of Thanksgiving, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you all right now the shows this week. Wednesday, we'll definitely not be having a show. Friday, we'll probably not be having a show. So this is going to be most likely the only show we do this week, just for everyone to understand here. So throw that out there right off the bat here. As far as the Patreon is concerned, same thing. This afternoon, I might throw another one out there. I don't know right now. Realistically, I know the things have been light with that recently, mainly because, well, we have been slammed personally and all that fun stuff. So need to make sure that the family's taken care of. And in the afternoon, it's been very interesting. So do me a favor. I'm trying something new with the recordings, if you will. Throw a thumbs up, whatever you want to, 5x5. You can hear me and see me normally, that everything's clean, not choppy, all that fun stuff. I greatly appreciate it. There is a live chat running. If you want to say hey, I'd love to say hey back towards the end of the show, or just any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, throw it out there in the live chat, and I will address it towards the end of the show. Another little side note. I did mention the Patreon. If you are not have not joined, consider joining. It does help the show, it helps support everything here, whatever, whatnot, all that fun stuff. It does make for life to be a little easier for me to be able to talk about some of the harder than the subjects to discuss. Some of the things just easier to talk about on a platform where I don't have to necessarily be concerned about it. I would love, those of you who are part of the Patreon, your feedback. I am thinking about adding another layer to the Papa Joe website, and that is, I'm going to show it here for everybody real quick. The Papa Joe Show website, right? We have the Patreon, right? I can actually now create a login section up here, and those of you who are part of the Patreon, we can set it up so that way this becomes where the videos go and they're streamed and whatnot, instead of having to worry about the plumbing or anything like that. So I can actually have my own little library of videos and live stream on the website, all that fun stuff too. So let me know in Patreon what y'all think about that. There is a way to get a hold of that, or in the Telegram channel. I would love y'all's feedback in there. One or the other, either one works. It would be a little bit of more for me to build out, but I wouldn't have to worry about censorship at all if I did that. So we can really talk about things there. So anyways, give me some feedback on that. It might make sense to do that. I don't know. I would be interested to see what y'all have to say about that. But anyways, let's jump right into the things here. This week is Thanksgiving, so just to be mindful, this will be the only show this week. To be completely honest. Wednesday I'll be cooking a brisket all day and all night. So I'll be very tired. But it'll be definitely worth the enjoyment there. Those of you who don't know, if you've been around a little bit of a time here, I love cooking and whatnot like that. I have a big, huge smoker trailer, and we do a lot of events, things like that. Did a wedding, got a wedding coming up. I do different events around crypto. I cook for that kind of stuff. So, but anyhow, I'll throw some pictures and whatnot in the Telegram channel for everybody as I do those things. Yes, Tom, I do some ribs. I've actually still got ribs left over from the wedding we did. Be enjoying that here when we're done with the show. So, anyways, let's jump into what we're going to talk about today, shall we? Let's bump down here. Guess what? FTX is still a problem. The reason I titled this show the way it is and did the image and all that fun stuff the way I did is because it is a spider web. It is a web of lies. It is a web of destruction. What happens when somebody or something big wallops right through a spider web? It just falls apart, right? It only lasts as long as the spider can control the web, right? Well, as far as what's going on, FTX loaned BlockFi $250 million in the FTT, or the stable coin that they created. There's major money laundering going on through FTX. And there's other stuff that I'm not going to pull up here because I'm pretty sure that it would not be good for the show. Put it that way. That's a Patreon conversation. But I'm going to talk about some stuff towards the end that are borderlining that. So y'all stick around towards the end. It'll be interesting, to say the least. Anyhow, there is a cascading problematic issues going on now that FTX has been exposed that they have been laundering money. I told y'all how that works on, I think, Friday's show. What's going on with that? If you haven't seen that, go back and watch that one. I would really appreciate it if you did. There is some stuff happening. There's some stuff happening in that that have been happening for a while, that tied into our midterm elections and some things that ended up having some problems with that. I think y'all need to go read that. I think you would appreciate that content. And the reason being is because your money was used to fund some stuff in Ukraine. Ukraine then sent it back to the Democrats through BlockFi, or not BlockFi, through FTX, excuse me. FTX. BlockFi's right in front of my face. Sorry about that. Subconsciously, my mind does weird things. Anyhow, through FTX back into the Democrats. And now their hacked Ethereum is being turned into Bitcoin that had to tie it into their sister company. It's just happening, right? Are we going to be okay with that? I don't know if I'm going to be okay with that. I'm not okay with that because guess what's happened? And I'll show you this towards the end of the show. I rarely talk about agree with certain individuals who do similar stuff, but I am going to agree with one individual towards the end of the show. So stick around, right? Anyhow, the collapse of FTX has continued to infect its infection of the cryptocurrency market. New filings show that the near bankrupt cryptocurrency lender BlockFi was loaned $250 million in FTT from the disgraced platform. Controversy around the FTX native token acted as the principal action that catapulted the platform into bankruptcy. Additionally, it has been revealed that BlockFi was granted a loan from or in the form of the now defunct coin. So they literally were given nothing. Okay. Y'all understand? BlockFi was already having problems before. Now they're having real problems, okay? This merry-go-round that everyone's on with these interest earning things, it doesn't work unless you're doing it with the direct platform. I've told many people that. People are like, I'm mistaking Polygon on this one or that one. I'm like, why aren't you doing it in the Polygon ecosystem? If you're doing it in the Polygon ecosystem, it's actually generating processing transactions. It's actually generating new coins. You're not taking somebody else's coins and doing this whole fractional reserve banking crap. Okay. You don't understand. There's lots of staking out there. If you're staking in the actual platform, if they're a stakeable coin, they better have their own platform to stake in. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Anyhow, something to kind of keep in mind when you're doing that kind of stuff. Not financial, legal, or tax advice. Of course, this is educational. Y'all go do your research. If you have any questions, you are welcome to grab some time with me at asterblockchainconsulting.com. It's listed in the description of the video here. I do consultations, one-on-one and business-related consultations. I have lots of things going on from a business standpoint that I'm trying to get off the ground, trying to get across the finish line, start line even on some of them. But we'll see where that goes. It's not up to me at the end of the day, right? Well, it is, but it isn't. You'll know what I mean. FTX loaned its native token to BlockFi. For the past 2 weeks, the collapse of FTX has been the biggest story in the cryptocurrency community. Furthermore, yeah, actually, it really has. Let's go over here. Just Google News following cryptocurrency. I follow along. I get some stuff here. Everything about FTX. Everything is about FTX. Somehow tied to FTX or whatever. Just to put that out there for y'all. It is legit everywhere. Anyhow, furthermore, the platform is now bankrupt. So Chapter 11, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to make everyone who had an account there, their information is going to end up being public. Yeah, that's going to be great. Look, I've said this before, and I've said it. I'm going to say it until I'm blue in the face. Get your coins off the exchange, guys and gals. It doesn't matter what the exchange is. Get them off the exchanges. If you want to continue to hold them, get them off. Okay? Not financial advice, but more security advice, if you will, which is perfectly fine for me to do from a standpoint of just protect yourselves, guys and gals, please. Micro Sailor put out a tweet. How do you hold your crypto? He gave multiple different options, kind of a poll, and I was like, I don't use any of those. I created my own method for doing it. Because I was back in the old days, there was no way to store it except on a node. And I wanted to be able to turn the node off and use it and move around. And anyways, I built my own little thing, and then someone else built it better, and I used that. And anyhow, I digress. Binance has now has been intertwined with FTX throughout much of its sudden decline, and it has begun primarily with the CEO, Jingbing Zhao, revealed his intention to liquidate all of the FTT on their books. Moreover, this action caused the market to react to FTX native token with the price going into free fall, and it did. It destroyed it. It absolutely destroyed it. Anyhow, weeks later, now defunct crypto trading platform has filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Yep. If I'm not mistaken, in the terms of use, in most of these exchanges, nobody reads. But if I'm not mistaken, it could be. That could be. Because I didn't read FTX. I've read Coinbase and some other ones, like Binance and stuff like that. I did not read FTX because I didn't feel good about FTX. I just didn't touch it. I never did. Never created an account, etc., right? Just didn't care. But when you file, if they, in the event of bankruptcy, if I'm not mistaken, any crypto, any funds on hand becomes an unsecured creditor to the firm. In other words, they own the coins. They literally tell you they own the coins. Now, what are you going to do about that? Well, you're screwed. They hold the coins. If they have to file Chapter 11, guess what? They have it all. And whatever happens from the proceedings of the bankruptcy, blah, 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 blah. So SBF has resigned, yet the fallout continues, and one of those firms primarily affected on the verge of a similar fate. Yep. It's going to be ugly, guys and gals. They're all connected because they all communicated with you. If at one point I had played with building my own exchange, and I did. It was just to see if I could do it. I never went live with it, nothing like that. Just wanted to see if I could do it, and I did. And it's one of those scenarios where you are a custodian of the other people's tokens. And one of the reasons I really, really like, as far as custodianship is concerned, I really like Viva Capital. Some of you guys and gals are part of that environment, and I really like what they do because they hold your coins in an account. They offer you the option to obtain insurance for those tokens that are being held on your behalf there. They do charge a management fee because it is something they are taking a risk holding it for you. It's something you don't have to worry about. It is highly secure. The environment behind it is extremely secure. Viva actually doesn't even hold your coins. They're in a separate third party who are I've never seen security like that before down in the crypto space. It rivals my own, if you put it well, with my stuff that I do for me and some family. Okay, just to put it into perspective, like their stuff is, I haven't seen anything like it. They really know what they're doing. They put their money where their mouth is. They eat their own dog food. They use their own stuff, right? So they really, really do. Anyways, they're really good people. They know what they're doing. And the really cool part about one of the things I've mentioned many, many times to you guys and gals, for a lot of the products that they offer, you can buy as an add-on. It's like a half a percentage point or something like that for whatever the amount you're holding. Insurance is dollar for dollar. These other custodian platforms, these exchanges, you're literally taking your money and throwing it in the wind, hoping it comes back to you. Okay? The whole idea about Viva is that they hold it on your behalf. It stays in your account. If you want it back, you can have it back. It's yours. All right. It has nothing to do with any of this stuff where they have to do this stuff. Now, if you have it in a position, it takes a couple of days sometimes to unwind that position. But at the end of the day, I digress. There's very few actual custodians that do it appropriately, legally, and we'll call it securely, right? Anyways, where was I at? With U.S. House Committee of Financial Services overseeing a hearing taking place in December, time will tell how the situation continues to unfold. Subsequently, the contagion of the collapse will certainly affect a plethora of platforms with a financial connection to FTX, similar to near bankrupt BlockFi. If y'all touched BlockFi, I know some people did. I really hope you were smart and or are able to get your coins off of that platform. Even if you take a loss, it would be better to get them off than to not have them at all. Not financial advice, security advice, technical advice, so to speak. If you need help, you are welcome to schedule some time with me. Grayscale refuses to share proof of reserves due to security concerns as shares trade at 45% discount to Bitcoin. Now, on one hand, I see why they're doing this. On the other hand, in the wake of things happening, there needs to be something provided to its customers. Just saying. Grayscale, Grayscale, the asset manager, runs the world's largest Bitcoin fund, said in a statement that it won't share its proof of reserves with customers. I don't see why it wouldn't share with its customers because that doesn't make sense. But publicly, I wouldn't share it publicly. But with its customers, I mean, they're the ones holding their funds there. They should know what they have. Just my personal opinion. Due to security concerns, we do not make such on-chain wallet information and confirmation data publicly available through a cryptographic proof of reserve or other advanced cryptographic accounting procedure, said in a statement Friday. I'm going to say it again. Not BlockFi, and here I am. I'm tired, guys and gals. I need some coffee. Grayscale. Okay, if you are inside of a fund, the managing partners of that fund should be communicating to you regularly where your positions are, where these different things are, how the fund is doing. Whoops, excuse me, I didn't mean to bump that. Sorry about that. You guys understand what I'm trying to say here? Grayscale should be communicating with its customers who are holding their crypto or have accounts with them. They should be doing that. Just saying. Publicly, no. No, there's no point. There's no reason for them to provide public information, but their customers should know what's going on. That's just my sentiment. That means there's probably some red flags there. Who knows? I don't know. I see the security side because I'm very security minded, especially with an IT background. I get that. But you should still be talking directly to your customers. Just saying. Following the pledge of FTX, it is and a subsequent bankruptcy proceedings exposing the customer funds were missing, or that customer funds were missing. Multiple crypto exchanges have jumped to release proof of reserve audits in order to assuage investor concerns, I guess, whatever that, over the safety of their funds. Others, like Binance, say they soon plan to do so. Grayscale wrote in a tweet that it realized that failing to disclose a proof of reserve would be a disappointment to some, but added that the panic sparked by others is not a good enough reason to circumvent complex security arrangements that have kept its investors' assets safe for years. Again, I don't disagree with that. They should be talking to their customers about what they're safe, secure, what they have on hand, blah, 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 blah. That makes sense. Publicly providing that information available? Nope. 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 No. Okay. This is something they're trying to scare tactic or trying to tell people that Grayscale is not going to do this. Well, Grayscale has in fact been around for a long time. They're the biggest ones as far as a fund is concerned. Their customers know what's going on. The public doesn't need to know. When the public knows, it's not a good thing. Here's the other thing that's happening. I didn't think y'all talking about. I haven't thought about this until right now. This whole scenario with how FTX is tied to the regulators, tied to the Democratic Party, tied to the deep state, tied to the. Well, I'm gonna get this stupid video flagged now. Crap. Well. If it's up, it's up. If it doesn't, y'all are watching live. You see it anyhow. Um, Tied to money laundering, blah 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 blah. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? Well, and then it sparks this proof of reserves thing. Well, now all of the exchanges are telling the rest of the world, including those people, the bad guys, so to speak, what they have on hand, whose customers they have, who's a customer, what type of funds they have as customers inside of those things. I really think that's not a good idea. Grayscale's going, now hold on a second. No, we're not telling anybody what anyone has. It's none of our business. It's none of their business. All right. So, anyways, I am really going long on these guys. FTX illustrated why banks need to take over cryptocurrency. Wrong. FUD. Banks should embrace crypto as a way of I am not even on the. Look at this. PAPAJO, you are not on it today. Banks should embrace crypto as a way to mitigate risk and prevent losses that consumers at the hands of rogue crypto exchanges. FTX, the three letters on everyone's lips in recent days. Very true. Very true. For those active in the crypto space, it has been a shattering blow as a tumultuous year for crypto nears an end. It's a crazy year, but it's an interesting year. I'm going to show you all something at the very end here in just a minute. FUD. Now they're sitting there. This is the other play here. FTX did all this crap. Grayscale saying we're not doing this. This is more FUD. Guess what? Now they're saying the banks shouldn't do this. This wouldn't happen if the banks were doing this. Blah blah blah. No, it would not be any different than they're doing now, at all. Thank you, Rick. I might have to do that now. And I'll just upload it into the Telegram into the Patreon. Yeah. Anyways, I may have to do that, especially since I slipped up there. All right, cool. Anyways, my story of telling the SEC I told you so on FTX. As I asked the SEC to take public comments on issues related to cryptocurrency, custodians, and intermediary conflicts. The SEC declined to take my advice, and FTX soon fell apart right after that. I hate to say I told you so. It is a phrase oft repeated, but rarely sincere. It is a delightful feeling to claim credit for warning about a problem in advance. That's a liberty I'm taking with federal financial regulators and the United States Securities Exchange Commission. Yep, this dude did do that. He actually asked them to make some comment. He had a term ending on SEC's advisory committee last week. I took the chance to give the chair Gensler some strong words about his abuse of digital assets. Yeah, and I'll give you all this one. This was an interesting one. I think you might like this. I'll put that in the chat there. Okay, here's the kicker, everyone. Here's the kicker. I rarely agree with some of the stuff that this gentleman puts out there, and that's fantastic. We agree to disagree on a lot, but then again, we agree on a lot. So, but anyways, I don't talk about it a lot. Anyhow, but I wanted to point this out. He is dead on with what he's saying here. Wake up, folks. FTX crashed the entire market in order to fill the holes of their gradual insolvency caused by the practice of counterfeiting coins on the exchange to control the supply to have an infinite number of shorts, allowing customers to withdraw profits with real coins. Yep, they did that. If purposely crashing the market, yeah, here's your stuff. See the Binance spot, Coinbase, FTX. Guys and gals, that's not cool. They purposely crashed the market. And again, as we've found, as I've shown you guys, that it was all money laundering. It was all tied to the election because they couldn't fund anything they were doing. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all understand that. Crazy stuff, huh? Crazy, crazy stuff. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Interesting stuff. Crazy, huh? So this is what I was going to show you guys. November 2020, Bitcoin was at $16,000. It was. November 2021, Bitcoin was at $64,000. And November 2022, Bitcoin is at $16,000 again. So Bitcoin can 4x in a year and divide by 4 or subtract by 4 in the year after. No high returns without high volatility. November 2023. Next year is going to be interesting. You'll need to understand. If you don't follow Plan B, you probably should. Really put some good stuff out there. Currently, we are literally trading at 16,000 on the dot almost with Bitcoin right now, which is frustrating. Again, it's all tied to, it's tied to what's going on with FTX. Because I guarantee you that them trading their Ethereum into Bitcoin and then probably dumping it on the market, forcing the price down, because come June next year, the CBDCs are supposed to be live. At least that's what they say. The Dow's down, Nasdaq's down, the SP 500's down, gold's down, silver's down, except they're up on the past hour here, it looks like. Let's go to the days. What are we looking at on the days? Yeah, it's down. Crazy stuff. We're below 16,000 now on Bitcoin. Hopefully it sticks above. We'll see what happens. Divi is up 20%, though, which is looking good if you're holding the Divi there. Good stuff. Let's see what it does. Matic is having an interesting couple of days. Same with Axie. That was a weird spike. Not going to lie. That was different. Mortgage rates came down. How about that? Crazy stuff, huh? Well, let's see what else is going on here. Let's see what happens with Bitcoin. They're manipulating it. The theys know what they're doing. The theys are actually going to be having, well, they know that their system's imploding and dying. There's no other way to get around this. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm not letting go of mine. I know a lot of y'all aren't letting go of yours. There's ways to get around. There's ways to obtain more. There's ways to go do that stuff. So anyhow, I'm going to run through and say hey to everybody because it is indeed a beautiful day, and I want to make sure everyone is doing well. What's going on, Tom? Hope you are having a great day, my friend. Gloria, how are you doing? Thanks for being part of the show. I do appreciate it. Evan, what's up? Mike Saylor indirectly endorsed Litecoin in Twitter Spaces, saying it could be classified as a commodity because it's a fork of Bitcoin. And I've been saying this, everyone's been saying this. Litecoin is the means of exchange. Bitcoin is the store of value. Makes so much sense. It really does. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Gloria. It is a beautiful week. Spend time with your friends and family. Again, this is the only show I'm going to have time to do this week. I am literally slammed right after this. I really am. I'm like done, like fried. Oh my goodness. Anyways, how are you, Kim? Thanks for being here today. I really, really do appreciate you being part of the show. Tom, me either, brother. Me either. And yes, not your keys, not your coins. Nope, you're not wrong, my friend. Who else is here today? Yes, Gloria, they really are. They really are. I love Viva. The people there, they know what they're doing. They're really, really know the good people. What's going on? Clint Westwood in the house. How you doing? By the way, he has a YouTube channel. Go check it out. It is worth paying attention to. Very big in Litecoin. It's really cool that Michael Saylor's actually paying attention to Litecoin and all that fun stuff. So appreciate you being here, buddy. It is a fantastic day. What's up, Rick? How are you doing today? Appreciate you being here, man. It is a fantastic day. And if you need to delete the video, yep, I probably will. Actually, now that I'm going to drop it on the Patreon. So this video will come down as soon as I'm done being live. And y'all can catch it on the Patreon. So I'll put it there. And Actually, I'll just restream it this afternoon for the Patreon, and I'll pull it off of this channel. So anyhow, y'all take it easy. It is a beautiful day for sure. What's going on, Diane? How are you doing today? Appreciate you being here. And BC in the Matrix, what's up? Guys and gals, y'all are amazing. Appreciate you being part of the show. Have a beautiful week. Spend time with your family. And I'll see you all next Monday. We will have a beautiful time. I'm going to cook some stuff. You're part of Patreon, by the way. I'm going to post pictures of some stuff that I'm going to be making this week. I'm going to do some briskets and stuff like that. So anyways, I might do some pheasants. We'll see. That might be interesting. Anyways, y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. We'll talk to you later. Take it easy.